All right, thank you for joining. Today we'll go over Bitcoin, BTC, USD, perpetual contract on the Bybit chart. A few days ago, I was explaining on the live stream about a week ago that this trend line has been holding up and it is looking very bullish. So I was not surprised to see price move up into last month's high, right? To at least retest these highs. This grinding up structure usually results being pretty bullish. Pull the fibs from the low to the high. It came back down to the 618, which was also 50% of this overall range. So kind of a double confluence here, and lined up also with a support resistance flip, right? So very strong area around that $90,000. And as we can see, price came up, swept some liquidity, and buyers just kept on stepping in until eventually we got the CPI data, inflation data, and Bitcoin impulse very high up to the upside, right? We pretty much had like a $6,000 move on Bitcoin. And where is it now? It is currently trading at the 618 of this overall range right here, right? So very technical key level. I also marked out this 4-hour close, which is also pretty relevant, because if we go to the left here and just zoom in, you can take a look at this price action on the way down, right? We had a swing high which was created, price came up, back tested it, and then it didn't even test it again, didn't even take the liquidity from here. So sellers started to get very aggressive at these areas, 96,000, 97. And what that led me to believe was that we were going to get a rejection from this area. We have the 618. We also have the 4-hour close, multiple liquidity, and just resistance, right? As you can see, this grinding down resistance right here. Right? I hope you can see that. So this grinding down resistance right here is showing to be very relevant, right? And that's where we are now. We go ahead and zoom into the 1 minute. You can see this massive impulse. So in a matter of basically 5 minutes, price went from $94,000 to almost $97,000. Tested it almost exact before now selling off and trying to find some more buyers. Now, I don't really like when Bitcoin moves up that quickly. Typically, it means whatever goes up quickly comes down pretty quickly too as well. It just always does it. Are things going to be a little bit different this time? Maybe not. Yeah, we just have to take things level to level and just see how it plays out here, right? Let's go ahead and get this out of here. So we are still within this massive range now, between 97,000 to 80,500. I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin even push up a little bit higher, taking out this, or back testing this overall trend line, right? This is a massive trend line since August 2024. Finally broke it, and usually price retest the trend line before continuing down. So I would not be surprised to get a move up, maybe even take the liquidity of these highs, right? Before then falling back down to take out last year's low. Would not be surprised to see something like that happen. Now, if we do get ultra bullish and price then begins to flip these levels into support, flips the trend line back into support, then all-time highs are definitely on the table. Would not rule that out either. But like I said, we just play things level to level. That's going to be one of the next most important levels to watch, in my opinion. Right around 107,000. If we manage to get over this 618, which we might, because if we do, let's go back here, put on the .75. Yeah, this 75% retracement is always a key level lately with stocks and crypto. So if this fails, we need to see what happens here at 100 and basically 101,000, which also lines up with this support resistance area right here. So another key level, 101,000, pretty much 100,000. If that flips, then we look at 107. So we have to see how price plays out here in the next day or two. Very bullish. Can't say that with increase in volume, cannot say this is a great area to short. If someone was able to get into that short at pretty much the absolute highs, you know, good for them. But for me, this is still looking pretty strong, and not really looking bearish until we start trading back below last month's high, right? We start to lose 94,700 area, preferably even this pivot here, this swing low. If we start to lose this 94,000 area, then yes, I would be then interested in a short trade. Take it back down to the lows and possibly target even lower prices, right? Which would be roughly around that 83,000. All right. So yeah, we just have to take things day by day, level by level, see how everything starts to play out. And yeah, market is looking pretty bullish right now. Remember to like and subscribe. That's pretty much it. We keep things very simple here. Leave a comment below once again with a project you'd like to see me chart, and I will do my best to try to chart that as soon as possible. Okay. Thank you for joining. Take care, and until next time.